Any difference in anatomy, it's so easily visible because it's literally your front tooth. I don't know why this happened. What's the best piece of advice you would give to someone starting out in their dental journey? What is your top piece of advice for aspiring dentists? Hello you guys. This is the start of another vlog. As you can tell by the fact that I'm wearing scrubs, I'm headed off to preclinic. We are doing temporaries again, except now we're doing it on front teeth instead of a molar. So that's gonna be really fun because that's more aesthetic and you have to be careful with how you model the anatomy because, oh Jesus, that is roadkill. Okay, probably can't see me at all, but if there is even a slightest deviation, if there are any voids, any difference in anatomy, it's so easily visible because it's literally your front tooth. And so for those of you, have to be a lot more careful with how you take your initial impression as well as how you make your temp. So I'm really excited to do that. After preclinic today, we actually have a really fun event. So this year I'm on the e-board of the Aesthetics Club at Columbia. For the past couple of years, the club has kind of been in a hiatus. There weren't really any in-person events or workshops or things like that. But this year, since I'm the event coordinator, I stepped up our game. Today we actually have one coming in who is a Columbia grad. He runs his own gorgeous practice, and I know I'm jaywalking while vlogging, but just sometimes you have to do things, you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, so he runs his own office and he's coming in to, oh wow, it's so dark. He's gonna give us a demo on how to run your practice and just talk to us about his career trajectory. So looking forward to that after preclinic, but now I gotta head inside. Alrighty, we're back making another temporary. Hopefully gonna be in and out of here in like 30 minutes. I don't want to jinx myself, but let's try. I was wondering why everyone was still here after the full 2 hours, and they were like, oh yeah, we just redid our preps, and I was like, can't be me, not today. I will come into practice prepping, but today I have other stuff to do. There is my prepped tooth. Putting an unprepped tooth back in. Today we're working with an anterior tray, which just covers canine to canine, because that's really all you need for a front tooth. So same procedure as last time. The trick to doing these is to not overfill, but also not underfill, which is tough to do. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Set a timer for 5 minutes.
We vlogging?
Mm-hmm.
Starting now.
Do you want to say hi to your fans?
Yo.
Alrighty, timer just went off, so it's time to take out this impression. Oh, this is always, the hardest part of it. Looks good. Oh, it's the same thing as last time. You just take the tooth, fill it with the temporary material, and hold it for about 90 seconds. Take it out, polish any rough edges, smooth out any margins. Remember, the trick, like I said in the last video, is to not pick up your gun off the surface of the impression until you are done, in order to avoid creating bubbles. So, let's do it. Looks like, make sure you have your careful. Time. All right, and there you go. So now it's time to take it out. Okay, on. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. That looks so good. Now I just gotta polish it, remove all the extra material, and then it is done. Trying to pull it off. Oh my gosh. It is. Oh boy. I think we have a problem here. I'm gonna ruin the aesthetic for the sake of being able to pull it off. I feel like I'm gonna break it. Oh god. I need to do something to like scrape this off. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, it is coming off. It is Okay. Nobody panic. Okay, it's alive. This is what it looks like. Let's polish this now. Let's try. And I don't know why this happened. If you look at it, you can see not only is it longer than its adjacent tooth, but also the margin is a little bit open. I don't know if it's because it didn't seat all the way. It didn't look like that when I first took it out. My guess is that it's not sitting all the way. Alright, so it's still not quite perfect. So what I think I'm gonna do is once I fix the margin a little bit over here, maybe I can add some composite there to kind of fill in the gap. When it's a front tooth, especially when it's in a patient, you would notice this. It's a big difference. It's already starting to look a lot better. I think because the margin had a little bit of excess material on it, it just wasn't sitting all the way. This is definitely more even, but I still want to take down a little bit more. And also in an ideal world, I'd fill this mesiolingual edge a little bit with composite just because there's like a little chip in there. But let's get the size down to the right way first. All right, so change of plans. Can't get it to seat all the way. Don't know where the issue is, probably on my prep, but because I had a little bubble and I also need to cover up the margin a little bit, I'm just gonna add a little bit of flowable composite and just kind of even it out. I'll know for the future that my prep needs to be perfect before I even attempt to make a temp. Let's hide all of our mistakes with composite. When you're a perfectionist. Nothing is satisfying. I mean, you can kind of see that they're somewhat uneven. It's kind of obvious on a front tooth. You can see it. This one's slightly longer. I'm gonna take it down just a touch. My arrogance got the best of me. I thought I had a really good prep and therefore have a really good temp, but unfortunately that was not the case. So I fixed the inside of the ledge a little bit. It still kind of looks uneven to me, but I think it'll do. I realized the reason why I probably had this issue was because when I was screwing the prepped tooth back in, I didn't screw it in at the right angle, and that kind of messed up how my temporary came out, but it doesn't look too bad. Only up from here. It wasn't my finest moment at pre-clinic, but it's okay. Not every time has to be perfect. I'll do many more of these in my lifetime. So it's fine, it's fine. I'm telling myself it's fine. Finished an awesome workshop by Dr. Alex and his partner Nicole. You guys can follow him on Instagram. I'll drop the socials down below, but I asked this of all of my dental mentors, so I wanted to ask you, for everyone out there, what is your top piece of advice for aspiring dentists?
Follow your dreams, be hungry, be humble, and never stop learning. Learn from yourself and learn from your colleagues and learn from your mentors. Yep. Is a combination for success.
That's awesome advice. And if you guys want to check out Dr. Alex, he does amazing cosmetic work. He's a Columbia grad. He actually started the aesthetics club. We learned so much from him today, and you guys can too. He posts so many educational cases all the time on his stories. I literally watch them to get inspiration. So you guys should follow him and follow his new class called Cosmetic MBA.
It's true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Hello. So I am just in the middle of studying. I was just about to start my lecture on inflammatory bowel disease, but I got a super exciting package in the mail that I couldn't wait to unbox because, as you guys know, I love the fact that I get to work with Ana Luisa and get new goodies every couple of months. I'm so hyped for this package because I was actually dying to get something in here for the last time. Everyone was apparently a fan of this item and it was just completely sold out. So I'm so happy that they brought it back because it is clearly a fan favorite, and part of the reason why I really wanted it was because it actually matches my cute little necklace right here, which is very fancy, and I bought this to treat myself. But if you want to treat yourself, want to do it on a not so bougie budget, this is so cute. I mean, look at it, look how pretty it is. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, it comes in this little dust bag, and you're not wearing your jewelry. You should be putting it away to keep it from tarnishing. Look at it, look at it. Oh my god, I'm so excited to look at it. It matches perfectly. Look at it. This ring has had such a chokehold on so many people. It comes in this mother of pearl and also kind of like a black onyx stone, and it looks so nice, so much more expensive than it actually is. And look, the stones literally match up almost perfectly, and you guys don't even want to know how much I spent on this necklace, but this ring is way more affordable than that. Anyway, obviously there's going to be a link below if you want to get one for yourself. That's something else that kind of looks like a designer dupe, but on a non-designer budget. It is this snake wrap ring, and the snake even has like little gemstones for eyes, and it is so cute. It looks so luxe. I'm so excited about this. I am obviously partnering with Ana Luisa, as I have been for the last few months. If you guys would like to shop these pieces as well as their entire website at a discount, you can click the link in the description and get some cute jewelry. You guys know the holidays are coming up. You know what to do. Link will be down in the description. Thanks again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now I will happily get back to studying GI because now I can look at my pretty rings when I take it. So welcome back to another day in dental school. So I'm starting the vlog kind of late today because this morning has just been a little busy. This afternoon we actually have a really fun event for the Aesthetics Club. Really successful and renowned cosmetic dentist that is a Columbia grad also. You guys can kind of see the trend of having Columbia Columbia alumni coming in to speak to us. But this is actually Dr. Sharon Wong, who runs Labels, which I follow on Instagram. I love their whole like business model. I love the fact that they have a therapy puppy, which is so cute. So Dr. Wong is coming to talk to us about like dental entrepreneurship, how to set yourself up for success when you're starting out and opening a practice pretty much right out of school. So I think that that's really interesting and really relevant, especially to like the 3rd and 4th years, because New York pretty much is one of the very few states that requires like residency after the completion of school. For a lot of states, you can actually just go straight out of school and, you know, open up your own practice if you wanted to. So I think the talks like this, where people share their triumphs and their pitfalls of opening their own practice right out of school, is really, really useful, because I think that's usually the end goal for most people, is that you want to be able to own your own practice, you want to be able to rely on anyone else and, you know, make your own schedule and things like that. So it's really cool to be able to hear from her. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys a little bit and maybe even ask my usual question of advice that she may have for dental students if we have time for that after the end of the lecture, but we'll see. Hopefully we get a good turnout, because the semester is starting to really ramp up now. You know, the last time we had an event, it was still really busy. This time it's even more so, so hopefully we get a decent amount of people that show up, but we'll see.
So, this is my story. So before I share my story, for as long as I remember, I always hated public speaking. I used to turn down.
Alrighty guys, so we've got Dr. Sharon here, and so I always ask this of all the dentists that I encounter. So what's the best piece of advice, or what's one piece of advice you would give to someone starting out in their dental journey, for dental students or people aspiring to pursue a career in dentistry? And this is Oliver, by the way.
This is Oliver, our Chief Anxiety Officer. I think the biggest advice I can give to dental students, or just people in general, is just to be curious.
Yeah.
Be curious and be open to learning. Learn from other people and stay humble. These are life tips, not just
Absolutely,
dentistry.
100%. Thank you. Hi. So I just got back from the Dr. Wong event, which was so amazing and so informative. I feel like every time that we have a guest speaker come, I learned so much just from the unique experiences that everyone had. But I think that the biggest takeaway from Dr. Wong's lecture that came across was actually, you know, kind of similar to what she said. All about, you know, being open to learning and being humble and showing up. And, you know, she told us about her story and how she became so successful so quickly after, you know, finishing school. And part of the reason why was because it's all about how you show up as a person and how you present yourself and how you talk to people and you relate to them as people, not just as a root canal that you have to do or a crown that you have to do. You have to look at the person and talk to them like a person and make them feel comfortable with you. And the thing that really stood out to me was the way that she talked about the fact that patient relationships that she's established are so strong that, you know, these people will be patients for life once they've established a comfortable space where they feel comfortable with the person that's treating them and they feel safe in your hands. I think that that's such an understated thing, because a lot of times many doctors are forced to really book their schedule in, and the problem with that is that you don't get to have that individualized attention. You don't get to spend the time with your patient. The thing that I thought was super cool is that in her office, you know, part of the way that she makes a patient feel, realize that she is 100% focused on them, is that when she's in the middle of a treatment, when she's with a patient, she will never have someone like run into the room and be like, hey, like we actually need you in this room, or this patient needs you, or this person wants to know something else. Just like the office can be on fire, but I will still continue to treat my patient. I'll just have a post-it on my desk saying that the office is on fire, which I thought is a really cool idea, because I think that the dental chair can be a very scary place, and having people like that really take their time to make sure that you feel comfortable, you feel safe. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's just like having a conversation and establishing that rapport with the patient can go such a long way in terms of patient satisfaction and how happy and comfortable they feel in your chair and in your hands. So, and also obviously you guys saw the little snippet of Dr. Alex as well. Dr. Alex is such a cool career trajectory, also entrepreneur, and he worked in amazing offices as an associate, but then he also carved out a niche for himself, which I thought was so cool. It's just so amazing that we are able to have these incredibly successful Columbia grads that are literally trailblazers come and speak to us. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why I'm so happy again that I chose Columbia, is because these doctors are paving the way for future generations. And I love that the fact that the sense of community that Columbia really instills in us is still true with their talks they give us. They call the student body at Columbia the CDM family. I think that there's a reason for that, because in both lectures, both Dr. Alex and Dr. Sharon, they both talked to us like they were sharing all their best tips. No gatekeeping. There was no, aren't you worried that, you know, you're giving advice to your competition, because it's not really about that. Everyone can carve out their own niche. There's more than enough space for everybody. There's more than enough patients for everybody. And the thing is, not every patient is a great fit for every doctor, and vice versa. So it's so important to be able to share your expertise, and I'm so appreciative of the fact that they both have taken the time to put together presentations and come speak to us. Part of the reason why I love going to school where I do, in the city that I do, because it may be a lot cheaper to go to school in a rural area or in a different state. I think that the amount of expertise and people that we have access to in New York is such an understated thing. And hopefully I'll stay on as an events coordinator for a bit, because I want to be able to have more and more of these guests come and speak to us and share their stories. And there's so much more learning that goes on in, you know, 2 hours of a person sharing exactly what they went through post graduating school that can't happen in a classroom. There's a practice management class that the 3rd and 4th years take, but it can't compare to the expertise that you know, these amazing doctors can share with us. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. Thank you so much for watching, if you made it this far. And if you're interested in hearing more about some of the doctors that come speak to us, or some of the events that we have at Columbia, or if you have any questions about how that even works, or you have a suggestion for who we should have next, because I am the coordinator, so I do reach out to these doctors myself, let me know down in the comments. Also, I wanted to give a quick shout out again to Ana Luisa. Remember that they're having their November sale. I'm literally wearing their jewelry right now. I'm wearing my new dangly earrings, and I'm wearing the new ring. So don't forget to check out their November sale. The link will always be in the description, and the code will automatically apply at checkout. I'll also leave the social medias of Dr. Alex and Dr. Sharon down below if you want to check them out and you want to learn from them. They're amazing. Their social medias are amazing. I learned so much from their cases, but also, you know, how they share their personalities and their life. So if you think that I'm not posting frequently enough on YouTube, which you're right, I'm guilty of, you can follow along in my short little videos on TikTok. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.